Hello internet, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about the stocks market again. The market closed a while back, and right now I'm gonna talk about what the market is gonna do tomorrow and what it is doing right now. So this is the daily chart for SPY, and as you guys know, I am already only trading SPY most of the time, and this is what's happening right now. We can see, as I mentioned in my previous video, that these two candles were actually making engulfing bearish pattern, and the next day we did see this lower candle, which means there are chances of a bearish trend happening next. But when will it start and why is it actually going up? So let's go on and see in the hourly chart what is actually happening. We can see the price is moving up in here while the MACD is coming down. This is called as negative divergence. When the price moves up and MACD comes down, it is called as negative divergence, which means the next pattern is going to be a bearish one and the market is going to see a fall. But when will this fall actually start? The answer is when this MACD will hit zero, the zero area, we will see a big fall coming. So what actually I saw by the end of the day is this, and if we go on the 5 minutes or any time lower time frame, we'll see that this big red candle means that the price has started to fall, and there was a big red volume here, which means tomorrow either we are going to see a gap down, or when the market opens we'll see a downward trend. So that is going to happen tomorrow. There's some more information that I want to share on this video, in this video, and that is this pattern which is called as high wave pattern. I'm gonna share this here. I just thought to explain two patterns that are happening right now in the market, and one of them is the high wave candlestick pattern, which I'm going to explain right now. Basically, high wave candlestick pattern is a pattern that happens like this. First I'm going to use this chart to explain that once we have the uptrend, then we have a lot of dojis coming in a sideways, or like a sideways, and then there's a downward trend. This is first pattern I wanted to share, and the other pattern that I want to explain is bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. Oops, sorry. Bearish. There are many ways to actually read a chart, and you can use any of them, and using a combination is always just a confirmation. So bearish engulfing pattern is this one, where we'll see an uptrend and then we'll see a green candle which will be engulfed by a following candle which will be a red candle, which will be, and then there will be a downward trend. That is called bearish engulfing pattern. In other words, when this red candle is engulfing a green candle after an upward trend, it is called as bearish engulfing pattern. So let's go to SPY right now and see. Look at these two. This one is green candle after an upward trend, and then we had a red candle engulfing the green candle completely. So the next move is supposed to be downward. That is the first evidence that we have for the bearish market, which will be coming soon in few days. And we are talking about swing trade here, not about intraday trade or trading like for the next few days. Okay, so let's go and use another signal or confirmation that yes, the market is going to fall down. That is on the lower time frame, which is at hourly, and this is that the price is moving upwards while the MACD is coming down, which means the market is in distribution phase. Right now we are talking about distribution phase. If we go and check out what is distribution phase, I'll explain the I'll just read the definition. Distribution phase, I'm not even sure if Google will have it. Distribution phase of stock market. Okay, let's see what definitions do we have for distribution phase on internet. The distribution phase begins as the markup phase and ends price enters another range period. The shares are being sold, but how are we going to read it? That's what we have to actually understand. So they are just giving us a definition. Let's go into the images and see if we can find anything regarding the distribution phase. So again, see, this is in this chart, if you can see that it was going sideways, and then we had a lower peak, throwback peak, markdown, and correction. So this was a kind of a distribution phase. But again, how are you actually going to know that this right now market is in distribution phase? Like if I'm saying right now the market is in distribution phase, which means the next pattern is going to be a bearish one and not a bullish one. So one method is using technical indicators such as MACD, where with the price, when the price moves up slightly and the MACD comes down, then it means it's a negative divergence. Let's go and have a definition checkup of negative divergence. Initially these things might sound difficult, but once you are like using them on daily basis, you'll find them very easy to be identified. A negative divergence occurs when a price index is making a higher top at same time a technical indicator is flat or making a lower top. So that is what I actually mentioned here, that this indicator is making a lower top, like it's moving downwards while the price is going upward. They also said that an indicator can also be going sideways, but for MACD I can tell you that if it's negative divergence, it will be going downwards rather than sideways. And then you can see the moment, again as I say, that when it hits zero, it will start falling down really big fast. Why it happens? Because at this point the market actually has enough people that have already bought which are actually trapped into the market as bears, and then the big B's, or the people who control the math of the stock market, they're actually gonna give it a big fall. So indicators are actually formulas automatically working in the system, and we can just read them like you read an alphabet to make a word. So some people say, how can indicators tell you what's happening? Indicators do not tell you what's happening. Indicators just tell you what does it mean and how to relate it with the price action. I guess it makes sense. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you comment and ask me, and I'll love to answer all of them. Let's see what people are saying in the market right now about all this, what's happening. So basically these are my ideas. I don't want to go into my ideas. I was actually checking out what other people are saying. So here they are. Okay, this guy says, let's see, hungry hippo. Hungry hippo, that's a nice name. Okay, what does he say? He did not give us any sort of direction, so we'll skip this guy. Looking super weak. This guy says the market needs to be shorted. I completely agree with this guy, and he would have given some reasons, which I opened some, and November puts, he says, for the options. Then we go to the next one and see what the other person is saying. There's another guy who also says to short the market. He has given a lot of description which is very tiny and I'm not able to read it. And another person says 15,000 loss, bro. I was made at $300 loss yesterday. Oh my goodness, that's scary for him for sure. But again, if I say the direction is down, I have been mentioning in my other videos that I would do options when I am totally 100% sure that the market is very green, and just I will use 10 cents options, puts or calls, and then I will not use options again. I will always go for stocks only because the losses are controlled in there, but I know it's very intimidating and you really want to make those losses covered as soon as possible. That is why people usually fall into the options. And again, it is all about how you actually have to control your emotions in order to play this game of stock market. So it is all about your nerves and how you control them. I hope all of this is making sense for you guys. For tomorrow, let me summarize that I still feel the market is going to fall down because it's making negative divergence. The big fall will actually happen when we will see MACD hitting the zero here on hourly chart of SPY. This is it for now, guys. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.